Stand by for a backup check in 30 seconds.
Ghost 1, check in on backup 1.
3.
Don't forget, 1-3, Fiscus.
Yeah, sorry, Ghost 1-3.
Copy that. Ghost 1-2, how copy on backup 1?
Ghost 1-2, good copy on backup 1.
Copy that. Okay, Ghost 1, you are cleared to start your aircraft. See you on up front in approximately 5 minutes on Victor 15.
Be advised to just screw this goddamn JFS up again. Recharging.
Roger that, no worries, got plenty of time.
Ghost 1, check in on Victor 1-5.
3.
3, I'm just switching over to ATIS, and then I'll give the information once we get 2 on Victor.
3.
One's back up on Victor 15.
3.
Two, how copy on Victor 15? You with us yet? Two, how copy on Victor 15? You with us yet? Two. Roger that, two. Continue startup, stand by, Ghost 1 for words on weather. So, we have information November here at Gunsign today, pressure setting 1015, We're expecting runway 36, visual departure. The wind, such as it is at 030. No average speed at 0 knots, but gusting up to 2 knots. We've got 10 kilometre visibility with no cloud, 14 degrees Celsius. Ghost 1, call when ready to taxi. 1 is ready to taxi.
3 ready to taxi.
Roger 3, just don't forget our SOPs 3. When we're in a multi-ship, we just wait until 2 says he's ready. I know normally you wait the 5 seconds and then call in, but when we're doing the ready to taxi on startup, we just wait until it's in sequence. So if, like for example, 2's having a mare this evening, that's fine. Ghost 1 will call 1 is ready to taxi, then there might be like a 3-minute wait, and then it'll be 2 ready, 3 ready, 4 ready in that order.
3.
Request instructions on IDM settings.
Roger that. Okay, so get your DD into the CNI page, which is the sort of the default page. 2. Alright then, so that we don't squelch on each other, I'm just going to assume that you're following me along here, otherwise we'll just squelch through each other here. So, ICP, list, enter. That puts you into the air-to-ground data link page. You want to dobber right, so that's the sequence. Then that puts you into the intra-flight IDM page. The left column, #1, #2, #3, #4 is already set. We don't need to change that. So just dobber down until you get yourself to where #5 is, which should be a blank space. And then on the ICP, you just press 2, 1, enter. And then in #6, 2, 2. #7, 2, 3, #8, 2, 4, and then you can, once that's all been entered, you just double left return, and that'll bring you back to the CNI page.
Good copy, all set.
Roger that. And then on your left MFD, don't forget to set your data link, which is the OSB6, top right hand corner. It's probably reading ASGN at the moment. You want to set that to DMD. And just one last for yourself, Miko, if you've not done it recently, to get yourself ready to fly to Carrot, you just press press cruise, which is ICP5, and then you'll be in the first of the cruise pages, and the very first thing that will be highlighted will be TOS. All you do is press mode select, which is ICP0, and you'll see that if you keep clicking that, you've got the option of what we call inverted text. So by default, you have a black background and green writing. Inverted text is when you have a green background and black writing. You want inverted writing highlighting that you are TOS, and then that means you're ready to fly to Carrot.
2 DMD set, TOS set, 2 is ready to taxi.
Roger 2, and can you confirm you've got your air-to-ground setup done correctly? You got the power arm on for your JDAM, so don't need to worry about that later.
Power is on for JDAMs, running a bit.
Yep, that'll run its bit, and then it'll do an INS line over time. But like I say, there's no burnout on the JDAM like there is on Mavericks, so we can put that in whenever we want. Right, gents, well, we're about 3 minutes from departure, so we're best get going. So, just one last turn around the flight, make sure we're all good to go. Ghost 1, call when ready to depart. One is ready to depart. 2, how copy?
2 is ready to depart.
3 ready to depart.
Roger that, stand by. Guns on ground, Ghost 1, request ground abort for my number 4.
Ghost 1, roger. Ghost 1, roger.
Guns on ground, Ghost 1, 3 Vipers at North Stands request taxi to the EOR for a VFR via Ullman, forgotten already, via Ullman, no, it's not you, yeah, Ullman 1.
Good evening, Ghost 1. You are number 1 for departure. Taxi Alpha and hold short, runway 36.
Alpha and hold short, runway 36 for Ghost 1. Ghost 1, chocks and pins. Ghost 1, taxi in sequence, one's taxi. Gents, we're not going to hit the EOR because we're running short on time here, so we'll do REOR checks at the hold short.
2 is taxiing.
And we'll do a stagger taxi for this one.
3 taxiing.
Ghost 1-1, contact tower for takeoff. Switch to 29230.
Guns on tower, Ghost 1, request entry to the active runway 36, position and hold for departure.
Ghost 1, Kunsan Tower, wing 030 at 0 knots, runway 36, you are cleared for takeoff. Ghost 1, hold short.
Alright guys, so we're going to run a 3 in the slot departure, so I'm going to be over on the far left hand side, and 2, you're going to have your left wing tip on the centre line. Got to hustle, so we're running a little bit behind schedule here. 30-second Rolex behind us. Ghost 1, douse lights, nods on.
3's in position.
Ghost 1, run 'em up. Brakes, brakes, release.
Ghost 1-1, contact departure.
Sqn Sun Tower, Ghost 1, contact departure.
One 3 airborne.
Come through. Airborne passing 5,000 feet for Ullman 1.
One 3. Confirm stick. My stick reading currently 7.2 miles.
Roger that, yeah, I've got some glitches as well. I think there's some glitches in game here. Let me try cycling it, see what happens. I've got a good stick for at least 2. How are you?
2, your stick is sweet, 0.4 nautical miles.
And 3?
3, your stick sweet, 3.3 miles.
Roger that.
Lagging behind for some reason.
Roger that. Can you see the carrot by the 2?
2 AFA.
Roger that. So just fly your speed to the carrot and just keep an eye out for where I am. The rest of it should just fall into place for you. 2. So what we do, 2, just for reference, because you've not done carrot flying yet, when we fly to carrot, we still will typically come out of gate somewhere between 300 and 360, but the lead will maintain mill power until he meets carrot, because carrot is basically king and it supersedes everything, but we all know where we need to be in the sky, because we know our formations and we know the speed we need to be at, because that's set by the carrot. So as long as we fly the carrot, we'll always line up where we need to be, roughly in the right piece of sky, and then the rest of it you can do visually. 2. One's passing 18,000, heading 20. When able, kick out into spread right 1 mile, no rush, we've got 50 miles to run to the next steer point. 2. So don't forget your carrot speed is based on a Mach number ultimately, so if you're down low, you're going to have a hard time sticking to a carrot if your flight path thinks you need to be up at 20. So just bear that in mind. So ultimately you want to get yourself to your cruise altitude in reasonably good order.
2. Understood.
On departure, Ghost 1 is north of Ullman 1, departing your frequency for tactical. Ghost 1, push tactical. Ghost 1, check in on tactical.
Ghost 1, 2.
Ghost 1 3. 2-3 coming up on your left, on your right side, sorry.
Stay at mill, get yourself to 20,000 and then just let yourself creep up the airspeed once you're straight and level, and eventually you will catch up with me. You shouldn't need to use gate, but obviously if it was a mission flight and we didn't have a long run to the next steer point, you'd obviously give yourself a dab of gate to get yourself moving forward.
2, airspeed is climbing.
2-3 on your right.
Visual on 3, 2.
So 2, without trying to give you too much loading there, all you needed to say there was 2 visual, or at the most 2 visual 3, but we all know that 3 told you where he was, so odds are on you responding to him, so you can just get away with 2 visual. 2. So the closer you get to your steer point, the harder it is to essentially get yourself where you need to be on the time on target it gives you. So you essentially, the closer you get, the more extra speed you need, and there reaches a point where if you're X far behind your target time but you've got N distance to run, you just physically cannot catch up with your time on target. So if you ever find yourself in that situation and you know you're not going to catch up, I mean, we got 20 miles to run yet, you're only 2.5 miles behind, but what you can do is just set your HSD, take a look at the turn that's coming ahead of you and just cut the corner, and that will have the same effect. So you'll cut the corner, that'll have the benefit of removing some of the distance you need to run, and then you just catch up with the flight lead when you get there. So at the moment, you know you've been called into spread right. Obviously you've not got there yet because of airspeed issues. All you need to do is move yourself into spread left once you cut the corner, if you do choose to cut the corner on the next steer point, and just slide into the left-hand side position. Don't stay on the right-hand position. You've got to assume that you still run the same tack turn you were expecting. 2.
Three's moving to slot position.
Copy 3. Two, delay 90, right reference, steer 14, go. 2. So when you move your steer point, if it's not an automatic, take note of the fact that your carrot will have changed position probably, so fly the carrot through the turn. 2. And from where you are now to, all you've got to do is keep an eye on your TACAN, make sure your spacing is as good as it can be. You're aiming for 1 mile, plus or minus 0.1, because we always give ourselves 10%. And then from there, use a combination of your HSD, looking out the window, your TACAN, and the carrot to put yourself in the position you need to be in. Noting, of course, that not any one of those will give you the correct position. Even your carrot will be ever so slightly different to mine, because you're a mile offset to my left, which means your carrot time to the next steer point will be different to mine, because I'm bang on the flight path, you're offset by a mile. So we will have ever so slightly different carrot speeds, and your carrot assumes you're going to pinch me to move to the steer point. So as we get closer and closer to the steer point, your carrot will become less and less effective as a measure for where to be, which is where you need to move yourself to a more visual means of flying. 2. So 2, bit of a refresher for you. Next turn coming up is a delay 45 right. You're on the outboard side, which means it's your turn. How far away are you going to be before you initiate that turn?
About a mile and a half.
Yeah, probably closer to 2 miles, because don't forget you're a mile offset to my left now. So I would probably run the turn at about a mile and a half, 1 mile, 1.5 miles, but you need to add a little bit to that. So you're going to be initiating the turn closer to 2.5 miles.
Ghost 1-1 from Ghost 2-1 when able.
Send for Ghost 1-1.
Stupid question time, just a memory check. Kotar range freak is uniform 20.
Yeah, it should be preset uniform 20. Let me give you the actual freak just to make sure you've got it. Stand by. Yeah, so it should be 306.8.
306.8, thank you very much.
Your turn, Tick. 2. Remember, it's your job to avoid me, so pass behind or below me or both if you can. 2. So I presume the slant range there let our calculations down a little bit?
Probably yes.
Alright, so obviously if 2 miles didn't get the job done there, then 3 miles will have to be the marker you need. So, take a look at your HSD. Flight lead isn't on the flight path, which is a good indicator that he may want to push you over to the right. So keep an eye on what he's doing visually, keep an eye on where he's going on the HSD, and infer from context. 2.
Also, 2, 3, no pressure, but if you crash into him during one of these tag turns, I have it all recorded.
Brilliant.
2, delay, 45 left, go. 2. Yeah, okay gents, we're not going to be flying for Carrot anymore. Something's gone wrong with the flight times there. I've got a Carrot now up at well over 450 knots, so we're going to revert to contract speed now. We'll stay off Carrot. 2.
3.
Alright gents, just some words on the flight path. So, hello. That might be why that's not worked. Stand by. Two, out of curiosity, what steer point have you got us heading for right now?
No steer point in particular. The call was 45 right, and I followed my flight lead.
Roger that. Okay, so there's something gone wrong with my MFD here. It's balked the route a little bit here. So I'm now heading to my steer point 7, but the flight path seems to be trying to move us towards steer point 8. So things gone a little bit funny in the sim there. Is anyone else seeing that on their flight path?
Not at all. I'm set for steer point 6, which is about 15 degrees off my nose to the left. Correction, it's behind me now.
Yeah, you should be aiming for steer 7, but the question will become, have you got a flight path plotted to steer 7, or have you got it plotted to steer 8?
Stand by. Flight path is plotted between steer 6 and 7, and then takes a 90 right onto 8.
Okay, interesting. So it's just my one that's messed up then. 3, are you seeing anything like that?
1-3's got a correct flight path. I assume it was, it might have something to do with having set one of the targets as a steer point that already exists in the flight path. Personally, what I normally do is I set every single target steer point from 99 onto down. That means decreasing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And that might be the bug. It shouldn't happen, but yeah, I accept your point.
Just to minimize Murphy's Law, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Alright, Ghost 1, let's go box 1 mile with 3 on the left side. Ghost 1, go box 1 mile, 3 on the left side.
Recall where that means you want me up here?
So 2, you're going to go onto the left side because I've asked for 3 to go on the left as well, so you're going to go to the left as well.
Copy that.
Don't worry, that's my bad, I should have made it clearer. So typically, you're right, it would be the other way round. You would 4 would be behind you rather than 3. What I've done is I've moved us all into this sort of box with you on the left and 3 on the left. That way when 3 does his turn in towards the range, he'll be a mile behind you.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, the formation call could have been clearer.
How would you call that? Heavy side left to have me over here?
Not so much. So heavy is reference to the element. It only really tends to work in where you've got like full elements to move around. So if I'd have said heavy side left and we had a 4 ship, that's going to leave sort of 3 and 4 wondering what the hell's going on. Really, the best way I could have called that would have been Ghost 1, go box left with 3 on the left is probably the better way to do it. Then that way I've called box left, which gives you the marker left, and if it was a 4 ship formation, then 3 would know that he needs to be behind me and his wingman would be out to the left. Good copy. But a good pull. Always blame your flight lead. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Always blame your flight lead.
More than happy to.
Did you put any live rounds on these, Fiscus?
Say again?
Did you put any live rounds, air-to-air, on the wingtips?
Negative. All Cadams.
You're lucky, Miko, you're lucky. The gun rounds will be live.
The gun round should be live, yes.
Alright then, so in a little minute I'm going to move us over to Kotar range. Just remember that we're going to do a range pattern to the right. We'll run the range pattern at 360 knots, there's no reason to go particularly fast, we're not doing a tactical pattern or anything like that. We'll stay up at 20,000 feet, unless individually as pilots you want to go higher or lower for whatever work you're doing with your JDAM. But we'll do a in-place 90 right onto steer point 8, and then we'll start our attack runs. 3, I'll leave you to sequence your right-hand turn onto the range once me and 2 have gone past you.
Great.
Sentry 1, Ghost 1 is switching frequencies to Kotar. Ghost 1, push uniform 20. Two, do me a favour, can you check that you're on uniform 20 and that your frequency is reading 306.8?
Sounds well. Two is on uniform 20, the frequency is 280.5.
Alright, my bad, didn't set you up correctly in the data cartridge, no worries. Can you reset yourself to 306.8?
73 miles west, checking in.
Kotar range, Ghost 1 is 3 Vipers, 20 miles to your west. We're going to be turning in for 4 passes with JDAM training rounds, and we're going to be doing a anti-clockwise pattern. Predominantly it will be individual releases with 1 trip release from number 2 on his second pass. We expect our time over the range to be approximately 15 to 20 mics. Ghost 1-1, Ghost 2-1. Same for Ghost 1. Any chance maybe you could create a window for us so that we can blast through on a single pass? Yeah, no worries. Call us when your 5 lights out and we'll make a hole for you. Copy, 5 lights out. Alright, gents, so if you didn't pick that one up, I'm going to call us to hold weapons when we hear the call from Ghost 2 that they're 5 minutes out, and we'll just continue in a circle up at 20,000, and once they're off range, we'll continue with any bombs we got there. 2.
Great.
Ghost 1, fence in, lights on. 2.
3.
One's fenced in, lights on, fuel is 7.5.
3 is fenced in, fuel state 7.1, lights off.
2 fenced in, fuel state 7.7, lights off.
In place, 90 right, reference steer point 8, go. 2. Ghost 1-1, in. Ghost 1-1, stores off to the left.
Bingo. Bingo.
1-3 Joker.
Copy Joker, reset bingo.
Ghost 1-3 in from the north.
2 paveway off to the left.
It's a J-dam, not a paveway.
Ghost 1-3 Bruiser off left.
Ah, so it's a bruiser.
Well, the jury's out on that one. I've heard lots of different things, and of course the RAF do it all differently. They call stores anyway, but... One shack, good effect. Two, shack, good effect.
Three shack, good effect.
One's base. Ghost 1-1, base. Ghost 1-1, in from the north. Well, northwest, really. Ghost 1-1, in from the northwest. Ghost 1-1, stores, off left.
Ghost 1-2, base.
Ghost 1-3, base.
Ghost 1-1, shack, good effect, off to the north.
Ghost 1-3 in from the northwest.
Ghost 1-2 in from the northwest. Ghost 1-2, ordnance. Stores. Ghost 1-2, off to the east.
Ghost 1-3, Bruiser ×3 away. Ghost 1-3 off to the south.
Ghost 1-1, base.
Two, shack, good effect.
Ghost 1-1, in from the northwest.
Ghost 1-3, good effect. Ghost 1-3 holding 10 miles off of off the range.
Ghost 1-1, stores.
Ghost 1-2, base.
Ghost 2, 5 miles from IP. Ghost 2, Ghost 1 copies. We will hold until we hear you are off from the range.
Ghost 1-2 is in from the northwest. Request complete run.
Ghost 1-1, abort your run, no release.
Ghost 1-2 aborting off east.
Ghost 1-1, shack, good effect. Ghost 1 to Ghost 2, all stores are on the ground, nothing's in the air, your range. Ghost 2, our range. Alright, 2, we're just going to stay up at 20,000 feet, we're just going to do our orbit
from the north low level.
2.
Bingo. Bingo.
1-3, bingo.
Copy, bingo, reset, chicken, get yourself some altitude if you need it and want it, and then we'll hit the tanker very shortly.
Correction 3.
So I'm going to extend my run north just a little bit extra on this one, just to make sure that we're giving the other guys plenty of room, and then we can run in on our last pass. 2. One is heading north. Two, confirm you've got 2 left to go.
2, affirm.
Ghost 2, 1 off south. Hey, look, there they go. Ghost 2's off. Ghost 3-1 is off to the south, range clear. Ghost 2, copy, you're clear. Ghost 1 is going to recommit to our run. Watch you come in, look really nice. Beautiful. Thank you, Hotel Range, thank you, Ghost 1. Ghost 1-1 is base.
Who has the HUD aerospace mask?
Yep, that's fine, it just means you've masked your laser, that's normal.
Ah, copy that.
You will get that in DCS as well, it is modelled.
Interesting.
Northwest. Ghost 1-1, stores off to the south.
Ghost 1-2 in from the northwest.
Ghost 1-1, shack, good effect. Ghost 1-1's clearing the range to the south. Three, how's your fuel?
3, fuel state 5.2.
Copy.
3, holding at Angels 30.
Ghost 1-2, stores 2 shoot off to the east.
And 2, if you could make this a relatively quick turnaround and pass, just that we can get ourselves over to the tanker. It's no huge rush, of course, because Ghost 2 will be ahead of us now.
2, I've got you due south from me.
Yep, that's correct. Assume you've got one more to go?
No, sent all of them. 2 is bingo.
Copy. Ghost 1, reset to chicken 4,000 pounds and set your steer point reference steer 9 and look to rejoin with 1 in loose echelon left. Kotar range. Ghost 1 is clear of the range to your south, switching to Sentry 1. Ghost 1, push in from 6. In fact, disregard that, gents, disregard that. We're going to go to uniform 13. Ghost 1, push uniform 13.
One 3 suggest fence out, lights on.
Yeah, stand by. Our lights should already be on anyway. Okay, that's interesting. Doesn't look like Ghost 2's gone to the tanker unless they're still down low anyway. Alright then, Ghost 1, fence out. Ghost 1, fence out. 2.
3.
1's fenced out, fuel's 5.2.
2 fenced out, 5.7.
3 fenced out, fuel stage 4.9.
And 2 is blind on you guys, looking.
Roger that, 2. Just try and use your HSD as best you can, and your TACAN, and then hopefully you'll pick up the lights. 2. And 1 is reference heading 265. So you disregard that, just notice the tank is coming right towards us, so I'm going to make our heading 230. 230.
Altitude. Altitude.
Alright gents, I'm going to start a turn right to intercept the tanker. Feel free to rejoin on the tanker. Ghost 1, refueling checks. 2.
3.
Alright, 1's rolled out on the tanker. Tanker's Angels 2-2, and approximate course is 033. And it looks like he'll be reaching the top of his... Yep, there it is. He's just turning left. So he'll be heading back down to the southwest, Gent, so you can intercept him in the turn. 2.
Great.
Alright, Ghost 1, we're going to take fuel to 6,500 pounds. Texaco 1, Ghost 1, request 3-ship refuel, approximately £2,500 per aircraft.
3 settled left.
Ghost 1-1, Texaco 1-1. You are number 1 to refuel. Ghost 1-1, Texaco 1-1. Clear to pre-contact position.
Ghost 1-1, clear to pre-contact position, moving over. How are you doing finding us there?
2, just coming up on your 6.
Roger that. 3, kick out nice and loose for me and give 2 plenty of room and then rejoin on 2's left side.
3's on it.
Thanks, 3. And 3, I've got some good news for you.
You can see the tanker? I can too.
I can actually see the tanker this time.
She is mighty dark though.
Trust me, this is comparatively bright to where it was the other day.
Ghost
1-1,
1-1,
ready
Texaco
pre-contact.
1-1. Clear to contact position.
Yeah,
Ghost 1-1, clear to contact position.
compared to the other day, this is night and day difference, no pun intended.
Very droll.
Is it just me, or is there
Ghost
some
1-1,
sun on the
stabilize.
horizon?
There is a little
Contact.
bit, yeah. Contact, good flow, request 2,000.
Two, 3, I got you visual. Go ahead, pass me on my right, form up on the tanker's left.
2.
1,000.
Ghost 1-1, 1,000.
Altitude. Altitude.
Disconnect.
Ghost 1-1, reconnecting.
Altitude.
Ghost 1-1
Altitude.
is reconnecting with £300 to go, please.
Ghost 1-1, stabilized. Contact.
Contact, good throw, 200 to go. Ghost 1-1, disconnecting.
Disconnect.
Moving the tanker over to you two. Two.
Ghost 1-2, Mexico 1-1. Clear to pre-contact position. Roger.
Ghost 1-2, moving to pre-contact. I can't for the life of me remember all these comms, so feel free to yell at me.
No, it's alright, they'll come with time.
Bingo. Bingo.
3 chicken.
Copy chicken, you happy to continue on the tanker 3?
More than happy.
Altitude. Altitude.
Texaco 1, Ghost 2, 3 Foxtrot 16s, request join for fuel.
Ghost 1-2, Mexico 1-1. Cleared to contact position.
Altitude.
Cleared contact,
Altitude.
Ghost 1-2.
Ghost 2-1, Texaco 1-1. You are number 3 to refuel.
Number 3 to fuel, Ghost 2.
Ghost
Altitude.
1-2, stabilize.
Altitude.
Ghost 1-2, stabilize. Contact.
Ghost 1-2, contact, good flow, requesting 1,200. Bugger. Texaco 1-1, Ghost 1-2, reconnecting.
Stay right where you are, 2.
Ghost 1-2, stabilize.
Forward. You're at the right altitude, steady where you are. But you come a bit too far forward there. Steady there, a bit too far back, so smaller movements of the thrust. Slowly forward, put the gun crosshair on the boom, and then just walk her forward. That's it, nice and slow. Slowly, steady. No, too much, too fast.
Ghost 1-2,
Right,
stabilize.
stay where you are now. Just stay right there. Get a fixed point and stay there. You're a bit high, but stay where you are. Steady. No, keep going forward.
Drifting left, right as well.
Ghost 1-2, stabilize.
So when the guy says stabilise, you are bang in the right position. So fix that point in your mind and stay there. Right, a bit low. Just a tad. Right, and then just keep walking up forward. Steady, steady, don't grasp for the boom. Just walk forward. Stabilise right there, don't move.
Stabilize.
Just reaching, you're moving away.
Contact.
Now just apply the position in the light.
$2,000. Disconnect.
Alright, so one of the things you're doing wrong is you keep moving towards the boom. The boom will move to the left and up. So when you put the gun crosshair on the nozzle tip, once you've got that sight picture, you just move forward. You don't have to climb or descend or anything. Just slowly forward. Don't feel the urge to move to the boom. Two. Slowly forward, slowly, slowly, slowly. Alright, steady her out. No, it's a bit too much.
Ghost 1-2, Mexico 1-1. Heads up, Tanker
Slowly
is entering
back.
turn.
Apply a bit of thrust now.
Ghost
Try and match
1-2,
the tank speed
stabilize.
now and you're in the right position. Stay right where you are. Don't move forward, don't move back. She's reaching, she's reaching, she's reaching. Go on, stay with her in the turn. Back. Alright, pilot's choice. You can either stay behind her and monitor, or you can have another go in the turn. Some people find it easier to tank in the turn, so give it a go if you want.
Sure thing. How's 3 doing for fuel?
Still got a few more 1,000 pounds before I start worrying, so you're fine.
Copy that.
Ghost 1-1 for Ghost 2-1. Ghost 2-1. What's your lowest fuel state?
Wait 1. Ghost 2-1, lowest fuel state 4.0.
Roger that. Let me know if it drops below 3,000.
2 Booker.
Alright, you got all the time in the world. They got like 1,500 pounds there. They got all the time in the world. 2.
Oscillating as all hell.
Alright, so just come away from the tanker. Just come away and then start again. You don't have to put the gun crosshair right on the tip of the boom. Don't try and reach for that. Aim for like a 1 cent piece or a 10 cent piece or whatever. Just a circle around the grunt, around the boom tip will do, and then just walk her forward slowly. 2. She's got about 30 degrees to turn, then she'll level out.
This is horrid.
Yeah, it's hard with the, you don't get to see your old sight picture because you're looking through the straw. Just ease off, loosen your grip, breathe a little bit, shake it off, and then have another go. Track, so take your time, shake it off, loosen off, and then have another go. Breathing isn't optional, make sure you do it. 3, can you do me a favour and go a little loose?
3. Ghost 2-1, Ghost 1-3.
3, you're clear to move over a little left then, quite a way behind you. Station repeat, cut off.
Ghost 2-1, Ghost 1-3, request you guys loosen up to the left a little more.
Altitude.
2-1, loosen up.
Altitude.
1-3 moving left as well.
Alright, that's nice too. Slowly forward. Got all the time and all the space you need. Don't go upwards, just go forwards. That's it. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. That's it. Very nice, very nice. Coming forward a little
Altitude.
bit, just a little
Altitude.
bit. Right, just gotta start reaching, stay where you are, don't move. Make sure you've got your nose wheel steering for the refuel position.
Open.
Just a little bit further back. Right, she's reaching for you, just come back a little bit and a little bit up. Going up a bit. There we go, that's nice. Now just walk her forward. The boom will move, don't worry. Down a little bit. And now just forward. Down a bit, down a bit. Stabilise, right, should plug, you'll be high. Just make small corrections. Don't worry about the tanker comms.
3,000.
Just keep the lights. Alright, come away. So you're a bit too far forward on it. So you connected high and you connected forward, so it sort of makes the problem a little bit harder. So don't fall away so much.
Altitude.
Right, and then just gun
Altitude.
crosshair, right on the tip, and then just walk slowly forward. So the boom will move. Just got to make sure you don't follow the boom with your eyes. By the time you're decided you're moving forward, you want to switch your view from the boom tip to the lights on the chin of the aircraft and follow the lights. Ignore the boom at that point. So you're a little low, but you're in the right position. So just come up ever so slowly. Right, that's nice. Now just come away, because you're a bit far forward. When the lights go out in the pre-contact position, you're in the right position. You just hold it there. So if you've got no lights on the tanker, just stay where you are.
Altitude.
She's reaching,
Altitude.
don't move, she's reaching. Little forward. Little forward. Steady there. A little bit up. She's reaching. A little bit higher.
Ghost 1-2.
There you go, stay there.
Contact.
Right, that's a good plug where you are now. Just try and hold it. Keep an eye on the lights.
$4,000.
Altitude. Altitude.
Three, when you go on, move into just 6,000 will do you.
3.
And you can tighten up again if you want.
Texaco 1-1, Ghost 1-2, happy here, disconnected.
5,000.
Alright, so slowly come away. Keep an eye out for me. I'm going to be crossing above you and on your right wing. Just keep falling away. Keep falling away, don't go underneath me. Come off the speed. And then keep falling backwards until you see me pass ahead of you. Then underneath and behind me. Then maintain visual on me, and you can turn off any systems you want on and off, check your fuel doors, etc. And when you're ready, press Y and 3 to move the tanker over to 3. 2.
Ghost 1-3, Mexico 1-1. Clear to pre-contact position.
Clear to pre-contact
Roger.
position, Ghost 1-3.
Ghost 1-3, Mexico 1-1. Clear to contact position.
Clear to contact position, Ghost 1-3.
Ghost 1-1 for Ghost 2-1. Ghost 2-1. This won't take very long and you can tighten up as much as you need. Yeah, thanks, Squirrel Dunaway.
Ghost 1-3, stabilize. Ghost 1-3, stabilize.
I am stabilized.
Shoot it.
Contact.
You can stabilize these nuts in a second.
That's you and Merlin now starting to get ratty with the AI.
1,000.
So, I saw that Obi-Wan series.
2,000.
What do you think of it?
Pretty good.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it's good, it's watchable, but it doesn't kind of set the world on fire, does it?
Neither did Boba.
No, I wasn't a big fan of Boba, but if you've got to the point in Boba where it starts to get good, you'll know the reason why it does.
It gets, I mean, okay-ish.
Have you finished it?
3,000.
I have finished both.
Yeah, so when it becomes the Book of Mandalore, rather than the Book of Boba Fett, that's where it gets better.
Yeah, well, I was waiting the whole show for Baby Yoda to show up again.
Yeah.
Just 1-3 disconnecting.
I'm just going to slide us over to the right, the tank is going to turn off left in a minute anyway.
Ghost 2-1, Mexico 1-1. Clear to pre-contact position.
Ghost 2-1, clear pre-contact.
Roger.
Two 3, I'm going to roll us out on
Ghost
heading of
2-1,
040,
Mexico
same
1-1.
altitude, 3
Clear to contact position. Ghost 2-1, Mexico 1-1. Heads up, tanker is entering turn.
Ghost 2-1, clear contact. Ghost 1, post-fueling checks. 2.
3.
Ghost 1, reference steer point 10, but continue on this course. 2.
3.
Alright gents, I'm going to
Ghost
increase our
2-1,
speed to
stabilize.
360 knots. I'm going to start a left-hand climbing turn to 25,000 feet. 2.
3.
Ghost 1-1, Mexico 1, thanks for the fuel, switching frequencies. Ghost 1, push uniform 6. Ghost 1, check in on tactical. Ghost 1, 2.
Ghost 1-3.
So 3, have you seen Andor yet?
Negative.
Andor was good. I liked Andor. It certainly left me wanting to see the next one, but it was a bit like Mandalorian. It took a little while to start getting into it properly.
I am deeply worried that these spin-off movies and their spin-off characters get series that then, when they see people getting close to one of these spin-off characters or it getting popular, it just gets more spin-off series and it goes around and around and the quality just fucking nose drops. Well, but we're already there with these Disney stuff.
Yeah, you got a point there. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, they've done a good job, but we've all seen the model they apply, which is essentially the Marvel Comics model. And by the end of the Marvel Comics stuff, I was just bored of it. And you're quite right, if they make the spin-offs just too many of them because of money, then it's just going to ruin it. It's going to leave a bad taste and a bad set of stuff with just no real fun or interesting content in it.
I smell that. I don't know if anybody else watched it, but that person that did that thing towards the end of Obi-Wan and then didn't want to do that thing, I smell that person's gonna get her own spin-off series.
Yeah, I've got a funny feeling they will go that way as well. They might not though, because he's going to be a hard character to put in, given like the visuals and everything. It's not like they can just go and find a younger version.
Tell that to Boba Fett that had three lines in the original sequel, and the original movies, I mean.
Yeah, I take your point. I mean, I agree with you what you said the other night. I never got on the kind of, oh my god, Boba Fett bandwagon. You know, when I watched the movies, he was just some dude that, you know, picked up Han Solo but didn't really seem to work too hard for it, and then got schwacked at the start of Jedi, and it's just kind of like, well, yeah, whatever. Yes, I know the lore kind of says that there's, he's a pretty hardcore dude, and they could have done some wonderful things with Book of Boba, but I'm still not getting that feeling. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, he just barely gets by. It feels like the chick that's with him is actually much more competent than him, which I guess is keeping with his character from the movies, which is just a straight up incompetent up his own ass.
Are you a big Star Wars fan, Miko?
Somewhat, at least. I've seen all these spin-offs, but I find it difficult to keep them apart now. And I haven't seen that one.
That was good. I think that was probably, with the exception of Mandalorian, I think that was probably the better one of the spin-offs that I've seen so far.
Oh, nice. I enjoyed the Mandalorian.
The one I'm looking forward to, and it might be in Ahsoka, and it might be in Mandalorian, or they might just all start to interweave, which will get a bit silly, but I'm a big fan of Admiral Thrawn, so if you've ever read the Thrawn Ascendancy books, they're not considered lore anymore because that was pre-Disney purchase, but they are really good books, and Dave Filoni, I think it was, said that he really enjoyed the books, even though they're not lore. He wants to try and stick with them to a degree, so God knows where he's going to go with that, but that could be a really fun sort of set of things to bring in. And being a huge fan of Star Wars Rebels, it'd be really fun if they brought Ezra Bridger back in as well.
The problem with these spin-offs is, like I was watching Solo with my girlfriend, and she had never seen the prequels, so she didn't understand, you know, the hatred and all that stuff that Vader has towards Obi-Wan. So she was like, "What the fuck is up with that?" So yeah, that's something, and that for me is like a marker of quality. If whatever medium you need to watch like a bunch more other medium, that means that medium by itself isn't quality enough, or at least it didn't set up the context of everything correctly. A medium should establish enough context by itself without relying on 6 movies and 3 TV series.
Yeah, I accept your point. I think it's a bit hard when you've got such a broad set of characters and context and all that, but you do make a valid point. But the one return I will have to that, which is the cynical part of me, but I think you'll agree with it, is, but that means you don't make money by getting everyone to watch all of those mini-series and movies beforehand.
Forget about that point.
Yeah. Alright gents, it's pilot's choice. We've got about another 25 miles to run before we start a descent into Gunsan. You're in the right sort of formation for the break, but it means all the next turns that are coming up are going to be inside edge turns. You guys both happy with that, given the weather? Or rather, given the time of day?
I'm okay with it.
Pretty same.
Roger that. That tanking condition was so much easier tonight, wasn't it? Or am I on my own there?
Yes, it was.
Tanking at night, it's meditative.
Yeah, it was considerably easier compared to last Tuesday.
Seriously, Miko, if you thought that was bad, I was really struggling with it in those conditions, and I think Fiscus, you weren't far behind me either in terms of your confidence.
I definitely wasn't as fast and expedited as I was today.
Well, you still made a better job of it last week than I did. Sorry, on Tuesday than I did. But yeah, actually seeing the tanker was quite useful. It does help.
Oh, I tried it with and without mods. I wonder which is the special one.
It is very dependent on the conditions. There are certain lighting conditions, even though it's dark, that it's actually still better to use it without the nods. I don't know if you remember the Sinai map for this one, Fiscus, but whenever you got a sort of a full moon on that one, you could pretty much fly without nods for that whole flight.
Love that map.
One's chicken. So you'll notice I have made the chicken call on that one, and the reason why is because we are technically off the flight path. Yes, we are coming back towards the flight path, but we are off it, therefore I am making the chicken call. We're certainly nowhere near the airbase. Alright gents, I'm going to start our descent now into Gunsan. We've still got about 60-70 miles to run, but I'm going to put us just below 3 degrees nose down, 360 knots.
Two is above you, but still visual.
And if you haven't already, gentlemen, check your landing lights, make sure that they are set for the landing. Estimation for Gunsan pressure setting will be 1015, but we'll hear more about that when we get closer. And I'll just do a quick brief on the recovery plan. So the recovery plan this evening will be direct from Vipper, and it'll be an overhead brake, pattern left, 5-second intervals per SOPs, and cold side is going to be to the right.
Altitude. Altitude.
Traffic 2 o'clock high, no factor altitude.
One visual. Sentry 1, Ghost 1 is switching frequencies to Gunsan. Ghost 1, push uniform 4. Sequence on approach. Ghost 1 is 3 Vipers inbound from the east, 27 miles. Request VFR recovery from Viper overhead brake.
Ghost 1, units down about. You're outside my airspace. Contact me at 30 miles.
Oh, it's a big Captain America sign, that is.
Ghost 1, units down about. You're outside my airspace. Contact me at 30 miles.
It just said 30 miles. Oh, cheeky bastard. No.
Ghost 1, units down about. You're outside my airspace. Contact me at 30 miles.
Good. We're obviously flying at just outside the arc.
Yeah, I was thinking of that.
Good evening. Ghost
Come on,
1-1,
it's saying
units down
29
about.
miles.
You're cleared all the way in.
Bingo.
Overhead approach.
There we go.
Runway
Bingo.
36. Welcome back.
Three chicken.
QNH1015.
Copy chicken 3. QNH 1015, Ghost 1. Just gonna have to tighten this turn up just a little bit, gents. 2.
3.
Who's chicken?
Copy 3. Copy 2.
Oh yeah. Who is?
Ghost 1-1. Contact tower for landing. Switch to 2923.
Kazan Tower, Ghost 1 is passing Viper, we'll call initial. Ghost 1, tighten up and brake. 2.
Great.
Kazan Tower, Ghost 1 initials.
Ghost 1, Kunsan Tower. Continue inbound for runway 36, report overhead. Ghost 1, Kunsan Tower. Wing 030 at 0 knots. Runway 36, cleared for landing. Check gear down.
Well, this will probably balk the AI, but never mind. Ghost 1-1, brake land.
Viper 1-2 in the brake.
Ghost 1-3, brake land.
Ghost 1-1, abort landing. Vector 045, contact approach for resequencing.
Yeah, thought that'd throw the AI out of whack, never mind. I shall diligently ignore their instructions. Ghost 1-1, finals, gear down.
Ghost 1-2, finals, geared.
Ghost 1-3, finals, gear down.
Ghost 1-1,
coastline right.
Kunsan Tower. Next time, get clearance before landing.
Do cold side right.
Let's clear the active at Echo.
Ghost 1-1, contact below. Switch to 73525.
273525 for Ghost 1 once my flight's clear of the active.
Here's the gold side right.
Ghost 1-2. Contact below. Switch to 73525.
2 clarity echo, active echo.
2 checkboards. 2.
Ghost 1-3. Contact below. Switch to 73525.
Freeze activated.
Gunsan Tower, Ghost 1 is clear of the active at Echo. Ghost 1, push uniform 2. Gunsan ground, Ghost 1, 3 Foxtrot 16s at the EOR for runway 18 at Echo. Request taxi to shutdown.
Ghost 1-1. Taxi back to the ramp. Welcome back.
Ghost 1, taxiing back to the ramp. Ghost 1, taxiing sequence. One's taxiing.
Taxi.
Freeze taxi.
So 3, one thing I don't think I've gone through with you from the SOPs, but maybe you've read it, maybe you haven't. The way we do a decision, or rather we communicate a decision as to whether or not we're going to stagger taxi or taxi in line, is essentially by marking off where the lead is. So if you see me sort of left of the line or right of the line, then that's 2's indication that he needs to be on the other side, and then your indication to go on the other side, and so on. So we won't call taxi in line taxi staggered. You just do it based off what you see the guy ahead doing.
Great.
Alright, James, I'm coming left of Papa. I'm going to park us there. 2. Ghost 1, when ready, chocks and pins. Alright gents, I've got the second flight on the RWR out to our left, so they must be getting close to their break run fairly soon. We'll start our debrief now in IVC, and then we'll continue anything that's left in the ACME if we want to once we're into 2D. So for my part this evening, I thought a really good flight all round. Really pleased to see the brevity coming along, particularly yourself too, noting that you're still only some sort of going through Viper School, basic fast jet, but we've not touched basic fast jet since the time window in between Christmas and New Year's, so obviously there's a little bit of rust to shake off there, but I thought you did really well on the comms and the SOPs. Obviously the formation flying, a little bit to work on, especially that formation departure, but that is something you've not done a lot of. That will be your second maybe, so don't worry, practice makes permanence. Other than that, I think your formation flying was a lot better than it had been previously. Good positioning for the most part. Alright, we struggled with flying the carrot. There were some issues with the timestamps in the mission as well. I think that might have been caused by the messing around of all my different steer points, which is probably the result, as Viscus said, of the... oh, hello. That person's going quickly. They're going really quick. They're going to be off the runway.
Oh.
Oh man, they're gone. You see, that's where you got to see it quick and get yourself into gate and rip that aircraft back into the sky.
Don't be afraid to go around.
Amen. Never be afraid to go around. Well, anyway, that notwithstanding, so I thought you did really well there, Miko, and obviously added complexity because you're flying at night. First time in BMS at night. It is hard. It isn't pretty. So well done, I think, all round. 3, thanks for bearing with us on this. I know this is relatively small fry for you, but hopefully you're still enjoying it. You're still enjoying the way we fly. As expected, you know, veteran pilot, and you're picking up the SOPs and the comm standards really quick. The rest of it for you is probably fairly mundane, to be quite honest with you, but I hope you're still enjoying it.
And ground Ghost 2 is at runway 33.
Standby 1.
EOR request taxi back to parking.
Alright, well, if they're coming back. So that's it broadly from myself. 3, any comments?
Negative, not much more to add.
Roger that. And 2.
Fun to try at night, and well, as you said, it's a journey tightening up formations one thing at a time. And I don't think the tanker was too bad, but thanks a lot for talking me in there. I did not know that stabilize meant that I was good. I thought it meant just stop wobbling about.
Well, in a way it does. Stabilise means you're in the right position, don't do anything. Stop wobbling, stop moving forward and back, stop everything. You'll just stay where you are and we'll plug you.
Yeah, makes sense. I need to see if I can fix my trim though.
Your trim's never going to be perfect in the 16. There's always a little bit of push and pull in some of the axes, unless you're running without the TGP.
Yeah, exactly, but I don't think my trim switch doesn't work at all at the moment, so I'll have to look at that.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said trim. Was that transmission?
Huh? No, trim hat.
Oh, trim hat. Okay, roger that. So, one thing, I don't know if you've been with us on this learning journey or not, but one thing we have noticed is that if you're using the splash screen keybind, that's fine. But if you're using the setup in-game, you can't mix and match. You've got to pick one or the other. So if you want to use the in-game one, like, you know, in-game setup rather than the splash screen one, then there's a button you can press to disable the splash screen at the front end through the launcher.
Oh yeah, I think I have just my trim set through the game, but I need to move it to the keybinds in the launcher, I think, because I have everything else in there.
Yeah, so what we found was that the launcher overrides everything unless you tell it to stop, which is this little checkbox you can press in the launcher.
Yeah, we tried that last week, just to see if I could work on that IFF fault, which I still seem to have, which is weird. I removed all keybinds related to IFF, but I'll have to go and dig it through again.
No, I spoke to Micro about that one. I meant to tell you. That is a known bug in the game. They are working on it. There's no obvious reason for it. The only suggestion is wash it out through the test screen on your MFD, clear it. If it's still not happening, then so long as you've got your aircraft configured correctly, just ignore it.
Oh, well, that's good news, then I'm not losing my mind.
Well, not on this occasion, anyway.
This is true.
All Ghost elements noticed all aircraft are parked up and one in the swamp. so all aircraft clear to shut down and exit the scene. Ghost 2. Alright, Jen, cleared out. 2.